So a couple weeks ago, they added some more like totem fusion skills. They added like 12, like 6 more totem fusion skills, bringing up the total to 12. I've done a couple videos on them. I've been testing with them, playing with them for a few weeks. It's time for me to do like a formal ranking because we had a ranking video. I did a ranking video a long time ago, like a year ago or whenever they first released the first ones. So now it's time to do a ranking video for like the new ones because or at least all of them, since now there's 12 of them now. So let's rank all of them here. So let's start with what I consider to be the worst one, and then it is this one here. Flame Dance. It's just, I've never been too impressed by it. It's just a second, like it's a flame tornado. It's like a weak version of Fire Totem. If you put on Fire Totem, you get a second tornado. It just does damage, and it's very unimpressive. Like there's other abilities up here that do damage that honestly kind of do more damage, and they have like other effects. So Flame Dance is without a doubt what I consider to be the weakest of these skills, and not far behind it, I'm also gonna be putting Gravitational Anomaly. Kind of like Flame Dance, and that just does damage, but this is more. It also tries to pull Titans to the middle. It's fine. I just think there's better things you could be using your Elemental Fusion spot for, and like I said, it's okay. I've never been too impressed. Similar to Nova Flare, this is a nerf version of Light Totem, and the problem Nova Flare says for 2 seconds after activation, the health of allied Titans can't fall lower than 1. So the anti-death mechanic. So this said, the light totems are pretty busted because you can't kill times while it's open. But this one, the anti-death mechanic, only lasts 2 seconds, which kind of limits its usefulness, but the damage is actually pretty decent. It's 5.4 million damage at level 6 here, depending on the totem power. So, yeah, if you max this out, it's, that's a pretty good chunk of AE damage. So, like, at least the damage effect, I think it's better than a Gravitational Anomaly or Flame Dance. I think, guess that because you do get that invulnerability for 2 seconds. It's only 2 seconds, but it's still 2 seconds. It's not nothing, but I still find this one pretty underwhelming. Stardust. This one, it's pretty much like the twins, like Crystal Lars like ability, but it's in Titan form, and it pushes so pretty much it puts like these shards of ice or whatever, crystal shards on the ground for like 15 seconds, and then like every second it moves, tries to push Titans around. This is based on, it activates when your totem activates. So it's kind of interesting. It does have some damage, and the things stay around for a bit, so it can do more damage over the long run. And it does have push effect, kind of like with the Dark Totem. It does have some synergy with the Dark Totem, but I've just not been too impressed by this. I've tried this a few times. It's okay. It's okay. But it's kind of underwhelming, but it's fine. Like I said, it's fine. Then we get to, those are ones that are kind of, I don't really recommend. Then we get to ones I think are situationally good, depending, and that's going to be, we're going to do main sequence here. This one, every few seconds you get extra damage. This can actually be quite a bit of attack bonus in the long run. Like I said, it doesn't start battle, like I said, but like maxed out, it's like every 5 seconds. Lower skill levels are not that frequent, but this is a decent chunk of extra damage to your Titans, and it can add up, but the fights have to kind of go long to really get the most of it. There's certain teams that can definitely make use of this, though, and does have synergies like light totems and grass totems and stuff. Like I said, it's kind of like the elemental version of Call of Elements, I feel like, but that one's just based on life total. This is based on time passed, so I think it's fine. Like I said, it's fine. But I do think because it's kind of slow to really get going. Like I said, it's really good if the fight goes long, but if the fight, a lot of Titan fights could be kind of short, so it just depends on if you can get a fight to last long enough to really get the benefits of it, but it is a good ability. And then I'm going to put the Depths Whisper. This is like a water totem effect. It is healing. It's a healing effect you can put on any of your totems. It's quite a bit, it's a decent amount of healing in the last 10 seconds, also does some damage. And again, this is also why these other damage ones I think are pretty low, because this is just better at doing damage. So I like this one. Like I said, yeah, this one's pretty solid. If you want to put on your water totem, just be extra healing water totem, it's pretty good at that. Helps your water team survive more, so yeah, pretty good there. So now we're in the upper half. I am going to list Dreamveil next, which is, I like Dreamveil. Like, it's just, it's fine. It can last up to 7.8 seconds, a long time, but they wake up after so much damage, which usually ends up not being a very long sleep. It's fine. There's certain situations where this is really good. But I think there's stun effects and stuff that are probably better than Dreamville, but I do like it. Does have potential. And depending on my mood, I might be consider Depths Whisper head on it. Just really depends on which how you're setting up your team. But this one I said it's probably similar. I'd put it just slightly higher, but like Depths Whisper or even Main Single, I have it slightly higher than that. I just think it's like I said, it's too limited. I think there's just better control effects you can use for your Titans. But it is still a good ability, so don't discount that. And then the next one, this is my we're in top 5 now. The fifth, I'd say the 5th best one, Murmur the Crags. It puts like an Earth Totem shield up, which again prevents damage while it's up. Also does a lot of damage back at them, so it prevents a lot of damage, does a lot of damage back. On an Earth Totem, if you put this like just out of the double barrier, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, this one I've been actually a lot more impressed with as it's get to higher levels. Like this one I think is just really good. So I have it number 5, and now number 4, I am doing Wrath of the Depths. This only happens once per battle, but the first time one of your Titans die, it does like this AE damage and stuns the enemies up to 4 seconds. The skills max, it's 4 seconds stun, which is a good stun. That's why it's, I think it's better than Dreamville. Even though Dreamville could technically activate more than once, 4 second stun is pretty good. And the damage, it does a lot of damage. Decent AE damage. But there's also, it also has synergy with some of the, with some like other skills like Dark Matter. Like I said, pretty good skill that way. So I like this one a lot. Number 3, we are going Last Flash. Last Flash, like at level 6, it's 20-second duration. And what it does when you're, the first time one of your Titans die, Last Flash activates. It goes into a state of burning range and gets like a 15% haste. And, yeah, its health can't drop below 1 while it's active, and it just, they will stay alive for 20 more seconds and just do a bunch of damage. They get an extra attack. They get an attack increase. They get a haste increase, so they will just be there, and it can last up to 20 seconds. Yeah, this level 6, so it's really good. Certain strategies are based around this. Like, have you ever seen teams with Nova as a tank? They're probably using Last Rage to Last Flash to use that to make that work, because they can just push out a lot of extra stuns that way. Yeah, Last Flash, really good, has a lot of strategies. And then number 2, I got Ice Age. So every time your opponent activates their totem, it does an AE stun and puts on a debuff that lasts up to 15 seconds. And that debuff causes them to take an extra 55% damage from everything. 15 seconds is a lot. And if they have 2 totems, it's going to activate pretty much be like they're going to take extra damage like the rest of the fight. This doesn't work very well against grass totems. Also, there are probably Dreamvilles. Grass totems will block this effect. But this is an AE stun that is repeatable. It's just, it can, and that puts a debuff on. Really great stuff. And this gets us to my number 1 pick, and that is Dark Matter. So Dark Matter, I've been testing this one. This one is OP as heck. This one is just kind of busted. It is, every time an enemy receives a stun effect, they're struck by a comment. It deals damage increases vulnerability to elemental damage by 75%. So, and that elemental damage by 75% lasts up to 21 seconds, and so you can get a debuff on it for pretty much the rest of the the rest of the fight. If you land a stun on them, they get hit with the comet. And again, this stacks with, this has synergy with Wrath of the Depths, has synergy with Ice Age. Kind of has synergy with Last Flash, and she can use Last Flash for like Nova Sana, push out more E stuns, or Moloch for more E stuns. So yeah, a lot of synergy there, but also stun titans like Solaris and Phyto and Verdok and Phyto and stuff. Like, just this one is busted. This is why I have it as the best elemental fusion ability. Like I said, again, because you can have 2 totem effects, like just put this on one of your totems, Ice Age on the other, or maybe like Wrath of the Depths on another. Like I said, Wrath of the Depths is a bit better versus grass totems, whereas Ice Age gets blocked by grass totems. So it just really depends. Like if you're on a water totem team, you might want to do Wrath of the Depths instead of Ice Age, just because you'll have more likely to land Wrath of the Depths against grass titan team. But yeah, no, like sorry, Dark Matter, busted, really busted. Like I said, stun titans really good right now with Dark Matter. Like, yeah, that one's definitely the best. But yeah, not too much more to say on this one. If you're interested in knowing about like my rankings for the primal abilities, I have a video about it down below. As always, thank you for watching.